Well, my thoughts are really one of sadness, and it's ambivalent because it's in one breath, one is sad to, encounter this day on which we will no longer be able to have Madiba in our midst, and in the same breath, it's one of celebrating his well-lived, worthy life, because he's lived by very high principles and always was committed to those principles regardless of the circumstances. And that's going to be a very hard act to follow going forward. But we have faith that, some among us may be inspired by that good example and following in the footsteps of Madiba.
What were your impressions the first day you met him?
Well, we met under, different circumstances, in prison with the ever-present warders around. But we had much more contact through correspondence until we understood how the system worked, and whenever there was need, because we were in the main sections that was called communal cells, were called general sections. They were in a single cell section in B section, and so because they had already established structures of their organization, whenever there was need for consultation, they would create some work in their section, either a plumber or a carpenter would be required, or a painter, and so we always had that way of coming together, but the isolation was kept throughout the years. The last days, he was no longer able to speak because of the pipe that they had inserted in order to help him not to have difficulties in swallowing. So the last conversations I had with him were really about the ANC, and he was always encouraging us to understand that the ANC was built on the cornerstone of unity, and that there can be nothing more important than unity.